live Oracle SQL. So you get this Oracle Live SQL link. Click on this particular link, and firstly, then after that, you need to click on the start coding now. If you have already account, then you just log in into it. And if you don't have the account, you have to make the account. You have to make the account filling this particular form. Okay. So in the first case, I want to show you, this is exactly the login screen that is provided by the Oracle Live SQL. You have to mention here the username and password, then sign in over here. If you don't have any account of Oracle, so need to click in this particular create account tab button, and then you get this particular form. So in this form you have to fill the details about yourself, and then you have to create the account. Then after that, Oracle send you the one verification mail on your mail ID. Then you have to verify your mail address. Okay. So after verification of your code, after verification of your email, then you got this particular screen. So now I am logging with my credential over here. So I get this particular screen over here. Now you look in this particular case, here is a particular, this is the structure, this is the front page, that is home page of Oracle Live SQL. So in this case, when you want to start with a coding, so just click over here and go into the section where you need to write a particular SQL queries over here. Okay, so this is the area where you write the particular SQL query. This is a SQL worksheet. Okay, now moving towards this part only. So whatever the query you have to write or run in a particular session, that sessions maintain all these queries over here. And in the next portion, there is a schema. This is schema is nothing but a database. Okay, what exactly the schema is the representation of your whole database. So Oracle provides some, we are saying here schemas are there. Suppose this is particular academic, analytics view, customer view, employee and department, HR, Olympic data, order entry, sale history, world data. So all these are the schema available with this live SQL. Suppose I want to go to this customer order. So look over here. So how it will be look like. So this is particular, all these are the schema. All these are the schema for that or a order customer order. There is a customer order product. There is all these order item, product store, product review, product order. All these are the tables that is available with this particular schema, that is a customer order. Okay, so if I want to go to the another schema, there is a human resource schema. In this human resource schema, you look over here. Here is a countries, department, employee, jobs, job history, regions, location, and all this. Okay, so if I want to go in the department section, department table, now look how it will be displayed. So this is the overall representation of your table. Okay, so this is the schema of a table, means how many attributes are there and what are the types of that attributes. So these all are the attributes. Now name, status, temporary, nested owner, and comment. So all these are the attributes. Now you look in this particular case, So in this particular case, you found out here there are four columns and having its own data type. So department ID having a number, data type department name having a varchar2 number. All these are the data types. Having we have to specify some specific length of that data types data attributes. So these are the attribute, then the precision size, then scaling and enable and schematic. So all these are the columns that we need in our table. Okay, so these are the some constraint, what are these are the some indexes that we have to use in our data, but particular this table, so that you have to identify through this indexes. Now there are some triggers. If you have write some triggers on this particular table, so that will be find over here. Similar way, these are the constraints. Some constraints we have to apply on our database, so that all of the constraint is available in this particular uh, column. So these are the some overview about your schema of each and every department. Okay, now I move towards the again back towards the schema. So you look over here. Suppose I don't want to any schema and I want to make my own schema. So how I have to create? Now suppose I want to make my database. So just I have to create here the create database object. In this case, it asks you which type of objects you want to create. So I want to make the database table. So I just click over here. I just click over here and I have to specify here a table name. Suppose I want to make a student table. I just write here the student, and I need to give the attributes of that student table. So how many columns you required. So you have to write over here which are the columns. Suppose I want to first name of a student, first name. Then I need a middle name, and then I want to last name, and I just want one more field, that is a roll number field, and then there is a address field. So these are the fields that I require. So what I have to do now, the first name is a varchar2 having, I have to specify here the first name having a 30 length. Okay, then there is a nullable is not required. So middle name is also 30, nullable is not accepted. So I just write here the no. Last name is also the 30, no. And roll number I have to assign here 10 digits. It's integer type, so I have to take here the data type having a number. Here last name and first name and middle name, all these are the varchar2. Similar way, the address is having the varchar2 data types and having a size is mm, 500, yeah, 150. Okay, and it is also the required thing, so it is not nullable. And when we have to consider any table, so there is one primary key. In this case, in this particular table, student table, the student is having a unique roll number in that class. So we have to assign this number as a primary key, and just I have to click over here for the generation of a query. Okay, generation of SQL query. So I just click over here the generate SQL button. Then what will be happen now, you have to find out over here this particular query is generated by the live SQL. Now you look in this particular query, this is a create table query. Which type of table you want to create over here? The student type table. What you are giving, the first name, middle name, last name, roll number. So these are all the these are all the fields. So what I have to do, I just want to make sure that first name, last name, it look likewise. Otherwise, it getting some error while we have to execute this particular query. Now, our query is fine, and you look this query and just click on the run button. What will be happen after that? I get the message that is a table is created. Now my table is created, so I go to the schema again and I just want to mention here my student table, so I just type here the student. Okay, now you look here, this is particular my table that is created before 10 seconds. So look into this particular table now, just click over here, and it's loading now. Now you look over here, so this is particular our schema. So we are find out here, we are assigned some constraint over here because we are enabled the no. That's why these are the check constraints are there, because we are, while we are inserting a data, we don't want a null value over there, we need a data. So that's why that nullable is no, so that's why here the some constraint are given. Okay, so the check is the integrity constraint over here, and student p key is the primary key. Okay, student key is the primary key over here. So in this case, this is our database, this is our table. Actually this is the creation of a table. Now now you have to go into this SQL again worksheet, and I just want to save this query for my next purpose. So I have to mention here training session 1. Okay, and it's a private, only I will be access. Otherwise, if you want to share with other person, so publicly share, or if you want to publish to this code to the someone, so they you have to publish this code. After that, I have to mention here training session 1. Okay, area, which type of area we have to create. So I am creating this particularly SQL general type, so I have to mention over here the area for the memorizing thing. So which, in which case we have to write the query or create this session. So I just make it and save it, save this session script. Okay, so I just save it. This page was already submitted. Okay, so I will be resubmit, that's why giving the error. Now you just go to the my session, and you look over here, you in this look over here. Now this is the particular statement that I already run in the my session. You find out here is the particular statement, whatever the queries that I have to run, that you have to find over here. In the case of previous session, you just I just log in before the 18 minutes. That's why it shows the login minutes and the utilization of this particular resource. So you have to identify this. These are the limits and uh, some utilization criteria of the live SQL. Now in this case, now we are saving over here a session. So just I want to go to the my script now, and you have to identify on the basis of this is my script, this is my script, that is just training session 1. You look go into this script, and you have to, whenever there is a requirement of creation of a new table, suppose I just want to create here the student 2 table, I just make here the student 2 and just run the script, so that script is again executed. Now the intention is that this script is saved over here. So this is the script that is we are saved previously.